Hey guys, Shane Simmons here, back again, back on the road and heading into a little town called Surgoinsville. Do, re, mi, fa, so, mi, 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 mi. Lose my throat up here. Surgoinsville, Tennessee. I think that's it. Here in Hawkins County, so we're going to get on the road here and I'll show you around and tell you just a little bit about this little town in Hawkins County. I think I may have said that already. Not my day. Let's get on the road. Alrighty, let's get on the road here to Surgoinsville, Tennessee in Hawkins County. And I think that may be the third time I've said that, but the population here as of 2010 was 1801. And it's actually growing. It was 1484 before that, so here we're actually hitting the city limits of Surgoinsville. So it's actually growing, and it's a beautiful, sleepy little country town. I mean, this would be a perfect place to cast a new Mayberry. So the town was first incorporated in 1815, and it was named for the founder, Major James Surgoin. I'm assuming that's how it's pronounced. It is. He was a French Huguenot, so I'm not real sure how he would have pronounced his name, but he actually spelled it S-U-R-G-U-I-N-E. And I'm assuming someone had enough trouble spelling it as I did pronouncing it. So the E got dropped off and the O replaced the U. So that's how we got Surgoinsville. I've only been here before once in my life, so bear with me as I maneuver around. Some neat little barns there. All right, straight ahead there to the right. You can see a neat little log cabin up on the hill there. As I said, I'm not too terribly familiar with Surgoinsville, but I've been requested to come here several times. And the last time I came, I missed a big part of it, so this is a sequel. And we wouldn't do it again if we couldn't do it better, right? So we're turning here at here's the Surgoinsville Middle School and Elementary School. They're right beside each other, and we'll head back down till back to the downtown area. And the police station's coming up here, and I don't know if you can call a police station adorable, but that's what this police station is. There's Puckett's Pallet Store, First Community Bank. Tanya's, looks like she likes to cut some hair there. And here is the police department, if you can believe that tiny little thing. There's Bellamy's, and it looks like they have some live bluegrass here from time to time, an old service station that's out of business. And City Hall for the town of Surgoinsville. I like this old golf station here too. Let's take a little look down here and go by this little park. That's cute. Riverfront Park, this is nice. Could be good to get out here take a look at the park. Breathe that fresh air. Gorgeous day. At least for this time of year. Just overheard a couple fellas talking about fishing down through here, so I know a lot of people are getting excited about that cranking up again. All right, let's exit the park, get back on the road. See a little more of Surgoinsville. I rushed through a lot of these visits, so I'll try to take a little bit slower ride through this time. Well, that's cool. Rock House Service Station and Grill. Take a little bit closer look at this old Gulf station. Old F100. You don't see a lot of those anymore. And let's just hope that's not a real live rat in the window. Closer look at the City Hall. Passing by the City Hall again, and to the left you'll see that old service station. Just got to find a way to get me a good shot of that police station. And here we go. And that is tiny. You'd think a prisoner would have a hard time laying down in there and have to sleep standing up. It's probably one of the most unique features of Surgoinsville. Beautiful countryside. Can't beat this. Can't beat it with a stick. Alright, coming up on what I hope will be the crowning achievement of this trip. And this road is called Phipps Bend. Unless my eyes deceive me, we're about to see something pretty cool here up on the left, just a couple minutes down, or just a minute or so down the road. Oh, now it's back on the, now it's on the right. So straight ahead you will see the ruins of what was going to be the Phipps Bend Nuclear Plant, believe it or not. So what you see before you right now is what was to be known as the Phipps Bend Nuclear Plant. It was Construction started on it in November 10th, 1977. And August 6th, 1981, they decided to defer the construction. And ultimately, it was canceled in 1982 due to a lower demand for that type of power. I don't know what that banging noise was. And you can hear that weird chirping noise. It's very loud here. Hopefully that translates on the video. Ultimately, this was abandoned and is now home to 4,500 endangered bats. So one of the many reasons I won't get any closer, and also it's highly discouraged and heavily secured. So that's another reason. Well, it's not every day you get to see what was going to be a nuclear reactor in a sleepy little East Tennessee town, but it's also not every day here in Surgoinsville, Tennessee. That is just about the coolest thing I've ever seen. If you like abandoned things, what could be any better than an abandoned nuclear reactor? Several little things hidden in these hills. Very, very interesting. I always like picking these pretty remote, small towns like this. We'll get back onto 11W. If you will. That's a nice little service station there too. It's a Stony Point. Last time I came, I completely missed the nuclear reactor. Didn't even know it was here. Which is why I always think of my first visit to a town as a trial run, because I quite often miss a big detail like that. So it's fun to come back and see that in person. Back on 11W, this eventually takes you back into Kingsport. And we're right across the hill here is Churchill. So I want to thank some new folks for the donations and sponsorships. I'll have to do Churchill sometime. That'll be a good one. But thank you so much to Mr. Vern Weller for a very generous donation through PayPal. And then I want to welcome a couple of new patrons that put me right to my goal. So it means I won't have a new goal. But thank you so much, Steve Serber and Daniel Armstrong. And Daniel has been a long time supporter of both channels. In fact, when I think of people who've stuck with it through thick and thin, I would have to put two names way up there, and that would be Daniel Armstrong and Ed Gibbs. I appreciate you guys watching and giving advice and feedback. Love it. And thank you so much, Steve and Daniel and Vern and everybody else. And however you support us, whether it's financially or with your eyeballs or comments or sharing, liking, however you do it. And if you like this kind of content, want to see more, please consider subscribing to the channel. And on that note, I'll wrap it up and go get my baby girl. It's time to pick her up. Thanks for listening and watching.